each other means. Okay? So instead of me looking at what my wife should do, I should look at what I should do for my wife. Instead of she looking at me and say what I should be doing for her, she should be looking at what she should be doing for me. If we can both do that, then we could love each other, and that love will be the divine love. Right? So if I can focus on what I should be doing based on that, what should I be doing? I should treat her as my own body. Right? If I see something good in her or bad in her, I should think that goodness is mine, that badness is mine. Right? That's why if you really look closely in when he speaks to Israelites, let's go back to Leviticus 19:17. Look what he says. Leviticus 19:17. Do not hate your fellow Israelite in your heart. Rebuke your neighbor frankly. What do you mean by rebuke? Rebuking is tell him off. Tell off your neighbor frankly, so that you will not share. So it means it's an expression of loving your neighbor is also rebuking, right? If you see something wrong in my neighbor and I truly love my neighbor, I should be telling him. Like say for example, my neighbor is sitting down, or the one whom I love keeps eating chocolates and chocolates and chocolates. I should be rebuking if I really love. I shouldn't be saying, darling, come on, eat more chocolates, it's nice to have, that is not love. What we see in February 14th is not true love, right? Darling and love, it's all okay, but then it needs to come with true love. True love is not in words. True love is in action, right? If you really care about something going on to have diabetes, we should rebuke, we should stop, we should be firm, we should be strong in rebuking. That way we show love to our neighbor. Here the same way between husband and wives, he says, wives, submit yourself to husband as church submits to Jesus Christ. And husband, give yourself as Jesus Christ gave himself to the church. Right? Both needs to go hand in hand. So instead of me looking at my wife and see what she should be doing, I should be looking at me, what I should be doing for her. And she, instead of looking at me and pointing out bad things, she should be looking at what she should be doing. And you'll have a beautiful life. Right? That is loving your neighbor. Let me read that one more time before we go on to the next one. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her to make her holy, cleansing. 28, Ephesians 5:28. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wives loves himself. Right? So loving neighbor, I see that as a 4 concentric circles. In the middle of it is loving your very next neighbor, who is your wife or a husband. Right? It's not you, but your very, very next neighbor, very, very close neighbor. All right? Children are with you, actually, inside you. So he's not asking you to, because you'll automatically love, like the person I said, even you break others' jaw, your children will be your children. You will start love, yeah? But when it comes to the next one, the closest neighbor is your husband and wife. He says, love them first. Learn there, start there, all right? Start there. And the second thing he goes to is loving our brothers and sisters in Christ. Loving our brothers and sisters in Christ. Let's go to 1 John 3:16. 1 John 3:16 onwards. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, as we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. If anyone who has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can he love? How can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with action and in truth. He's saying, anyone